Now, in this section, what we're going to do is use the graphing features of the calculator to find an exact point on the curve and calculate an exact XY value. We've already done this some using the table functionality that the calculator has, but this other way to do it is really, really neat. Now, if you go in here and put a graph or a function into your calculator, let's do y is equal to, let's do, x squared minus 1. So we just pick a nice little graph there. Of course, you can hit the graph button. You could go and graph that function. Minus 1, x squared minus 1 means the graph is shifted down a little bit. Now you know that you can hit the trace button here, and you can zip along here, but notice what the calculator is doing. At each pixel, it's basically telling you what the value of x is, which are kind of weird looking values of x, and then it calculates the corresponding value of y. Now this is really great. Just to get a good idea of what the graph is doing. But what if you wanted to look at x is equal to 1.5? Well, here I've got 1.489, here I've got 1.702. I could zoom in a whole bunch and get really close to 1.5, and that's what most people do before they know how to use the calculator very well. But it turns out there's a much, much easier thing. Let's go up here. Again, these are all of the graphing sort of buttons on the calculator. Let's look at the calc menu right above the trace button. So go and hit second function, and then hit this guy. The calculate button is going to come up. It's kind of a poorly worded menu, but basically these are all functions that we're going to cover in this section and the next several sections. And these guys basically allow you to use the graphing features to graphically find some things and calculate some things with regard to your function. So the very first one says, you're in the calculate menu, so you're going to calculate the value of a function. In other words, the exact value of a function. So if you hit enter or just hit number 1, then it's going to take you right back to your graph, but it's going to ask you, it's going to say x is equal to, and it's up to you to type in something. All right, so let's say you put in x is equal to 1.5, like what we were looking at. That's something that the trace button didn't show you, but when you put 1.5 here and you hit enter, then it's going to snap and put the cursor at 1.5, and it's going to tell you at x is equal to 1.5, y is equal to 1.25. And so